Okay, so the Mandela effect. Let's talk about this for a second. Now, where I come from, me and my sister, is we come from a parallel universe where all the buffalo were extinct. They were wiped out. No buffalo. No buffalo anywhere on the planet. Wiped out. Buffalo wiped out. And in the 70s, and they would tell you to stay inside for the day. Sometimes it was half a day. And this is the 70s because I'm almost 50 and she's 50. And there was a thing called smog where a cloud of fog would come down, but it was called smog. And the radio would give you an update, or the TV. And it didn't happen like every day. It was like, I remember right, it was 5 times a year, 12 times a year in there. That went on for only, that I remember, a few years. I believe it was 5 years from, kindergarten, because before that I was always inside playing for most of the time, most of the part. And then you would have to hold your breath when you leave the car. It smelled like fumes, like when you go down to Tijuana or TJ. And at school, you would have to miss recess. And buffalo were extinct. It was common knowledge. Dinosaurs were extinct, and so were the buffaloes, completely extinct. And my teacher, Miss Cooper at Roosevelt Elementary School in Yuma, Arizona, because we moved to Yuma when I was 5 years old to age 8. And she had a guitar. She had an awesome painting of a buffalo on her wall. And she would always talk about, different things. But there was a time where she was bringing up the buffalo like for about a month. She'd bring them up a couple of days a week. And she sang a song, "I'll Give Me Home with the Buffalo Roam," and then she had a few other songs about the buffalo, pretty Indian songs, Native American songs, and they were gone. And then they were completely extinct until the 90s. Then I realized that parallel shifted into a place where the buffalo were not extinct anymore, almost extinct. And the smog thing stopped by 1980-81. The smog thing was completely done. And there was a few other incidences. But when something changes, it means that you removed your essence, the inside of you, not your body. In the TV show Sliders, he would open a portal with a remote control device, and his whole body would jump through to a parallel universe. Well, this is just your essence. Your body stays in the same place, and it's just your essence, the part of you that makes you you, the part of you that has free will, the part of you that has memory. It jumps from place to place. I've jumped about, I would say, at least 3 or 4 times I'm aware of. But it could have been more, because now that I'm clued to the Mandela effect, I know that there's at least 100 changes that I see, 150 changes that I see. Like Febreze with a double E, Marilyn Monroe with the mole, her face being thinner now, Captain Crunch, not capital N Crunch. It was Cocoa Puffs, not Coca Puffs. There was no Coca, it was Cocoa. The rib cage is, one guy has an awesome, I'll put a link down below. He shows you the skeleton. And there's more changes than I thought. Even the kneecaps. I mean, it's just amazing. One less rib. I remember I used to, and also when I grab my ribs, my hands are higher up. I remember that it was lower down toward my stomach. So yeah, it's a different body altogether. So when you parallel shift, you're actually on a different planet, inside of a different body, in a whole other reality. And you are millions and millions and millions and millions of light years from the Earth that you knew. You're way across galaxies. In quantum physics, the jump is within the same space. It's all within the same, it goes inward. Relativity is outward. So what happened, I'm going to say it real simple. This is the reality, whether it sounds crazy or not. Earth has been invaded by the gray aliens. Gray aliens has taken Earth over. They run our government. They run all the governments of the world. And what you see with North Korea and America and other nations, what you see is a big giant Broadway play. That's exactly what's going on. Now, the fallen angels, sorry, the green, the green lizards, the gray aliens are really the fallen angels inside the Bible. And they were here a long time ago in the time of Noah, and they were having sex with humans, and they were crossbreeding humans with fallen angels, the gray aliens, and they were also splicing plants and people, animals and plants, and it made God sick. So God sent a flood, and He washed the entire earth away. Now they're back again since Crawley opened the portals, and Crawley let the gray aliens come through, the fallen angels. They killed the colonels, they cloned them, and they replaced them. And they were going to meet the world leaders, and they would kill them and clone them and replace them. And now we're at the point where it's been going on for 60, 70 years. They run Monsanto, they run everything you see is alien technology, fallen angel technology. Laser beams, computers, programs. They have a lot of life extensions that they're not sharing with the public. Instead, they're putting poison in our foods, poison in our skies, poison in everything you consume. In the Bible, it was called, there's a name for it, it was called, I can't ever think of the name anymore. The nectar, no, it was, they're getting us to eat it. It's doing something to us. They're sending frequencies through the air too. And they're getting rid of the Bible because it's a demonic takeover. And when you cry out for Jesus Christ, it has authority over the demonic realm. Now this is what's going on in reality in the world. The fallen angels are back. They've been making hybrid children again. Now they look like you and me. They can fit into society. Mankind themselves created the car and the airplane this time. You should know that. And then when Crawley opened the portals, they came in by the 30s, and they saw that we were more advanced. And this time they had to play it differently. Instead of making giants, they made regular looking people. They have the power to do telepathy, sometimes to heal, to hear better, see better. And what's inside of them is not a real man or a real woman, it's an it. It's an unnatural being that's aware that it exists. It's exactly what it is. And you'll see, a lot of you guys out there are married to beautiful women, and women are married to good looking guys, or even vice versa, people that are humanoid, that are not humans. They're the reptilian hybrids, and you don't know that, you're not aware of it, and they can't love, they can just mimic it. And that's why their symbols are popping up everywhere, Nike, Starbucks, Mercedes, many more, and it has to do with cybernetic study of vibrations, harmonics, and shapes, putting us at different frequencies. And now they run everything, and they're about to try and lock it all up by a false flag, by crashing the system and making us take a chip to buy or sell. They're going to set checkpoints everywhere, military on the streets, and this is all being ran by the fallen angels, the reptilian hybrids. Reptilian hybrids are lied to, and they're cooperating, and they're against us. They think God's going to judge them for being born, when really God's not going to judge them for being born. God's going to judge them for all the demonic acts they do upon the human race and the animals too. They are to cease what they're doing, turn around, repent, and go the other direction, and stay among themselves, and God, the judgment will pass over them. If not, it's going to be a horrible physical judgment. That's what's going on in reality. The Antichrist is about the system, and if you're not with Jesus, you're not going to be protected from the plagues that are coming, the locusts that are coming, a lot of horrible things are coming, and if you're not completely converted over to Christ, you will be subject to those punishments. And to submit to Christ, you just say, Lord, you're the creator. Who did I think I was? I'm the clay. Anything you want me to do, I'm going to do it. I'm going to follow your 10 commandments. He's talking to you through the commandments. I know you're a holy God more than anything, more than the physical power. You want us to focus more on the holy part and your love. Those two things. And you completely submit to Him, you become His property, and that's the only way you're going to battle the dark forces in the dark realm. Listen to a guy named Doug Batchelor and Perry Stone. There's some pretty good pastors of the faith. and find out who Christ is. When he comes back, he's not going to walk around on the earth with people. He's going to come to earth with thousands and thousands of millions of angels, and they're going to destroy the earth with their beautiful glory, their holiness. It's going to make all dirt disintegrate. And the earth will be here a dark void. The Christians go up to meet him in the sky. They take off to heaven. The devil and the fallen angels are the only ones left behind because they can't die. They're eternal. They're going to be on earth for 1,000 years on a dark, black earth with no sun. Then Christ will return in 1,000 years with us, Christians. We come down the holy city to Jerusalem. He says, okay, devil, I've made the world in 7 days. You had 1,000 years. Then the devil's going to start his attack one more time with all the people that were resurrected, all the sinful people that haven't been saved. God's going to throw them all into the lake of fire. They're going to burn for as long as how evil they are, according to their works. The devil will burn the longest. The flame eventually goes out. Death is thrown into the lake of fire. All evil, anybody that likes to cause pain, it's all thrown into the lake of fire, and it's never, ever, ever heard from ever again. And we go on with new bodies in more dimensions, like we're moving with the Mandela effect. We're moving consciously. That's going to get a new body, and we're going to go on forever. And eventually we'll never remember the devil or the fallen angels or the hybrids ever again. Now the hybrids, if they stop, they'll avoid the punishment. And God will contact them when he's ready, when he sees proof, and let them know what's going on. I personally think there's some good news coming their way. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.